Crazy breaking news, Jungkook reportedly anxious Kim Taehyung's health condition raises global concern ahead of Arirang comeback. The K-pop industry is once again shaken by a wave of concern that has left millions of fans holding their breath. Just days before the highly anticipated Arirang comeback, unexpected reports have surfaced about Kim Taehyung's declining condition. But what has truly captured global attention is the visible anxiety of Jungkook, the group's golden maknae who appears deeply worried about his fellow member and close companion. A shift in atmosphere behind the scenes. According to several insiders close to the rehearsal process, the atmosphere inside the practice room has noticeably changed. What is usually filled with energy, laughter, and the signature spirit of BTS now feels quieter, almost tense. Jungkook, known for his intense focus and perfectionism, has reportedly been seen isolating himself during breaks. On multiple occasions, he was observed sitting silently, staring at the floor, seemingly lost in thought. He's still practicing hard, but something feels different, an anonymous staff member revealed. He keeps asking about Taehyung's condition, Taehyung's professionalism despite struggles. On the other hand, Kim Taehyung continues to demonstrate remarkable professionalism. Despite not feeling at his best, he has been attending rehearsals and pushing himself to keep up with demanding choreography. However, observant fans have begun to notice subtle changes, slightly slower movements, less vibrant expressions, and moments where he appears to be holding back exhaustion. These observations quickly sparked concern online. Hashtags like #GetWellSoonTaeYung and #StayStrongJungkook began trending worldwide within hours. Jungkook, caught between responsibility and emotion. What makes this situation even more emotional is Jungkook's reaction. Several fan-captured clips show him quietly watching Taehyung during rehearsals, his gaze filled with concern. At one point, he was seen approaching Taehyung and speaking softly, as if checking on him. One fan wrote, "The way Jungkook looks at Taehyung, it's not just concern, it's something deeper. You can feel it." Their bond has long been a topic of admiration, but in moments like this, it feels more real and raw than ever before. The pressure of the Arirang comeback is far from an ordinary project. It is expected to showcase a bold concept, intricate choreography, and a powerful production that could redefine their artistic direction. With only days left, the pressure is immense both physically and mentally. Industry analysts note that even minor disruptions at this stage can, significantly, impact performance quality. Yet what moves fans the most is Jungkook's apparent priority. Not the stage, not the performance, but Taehyung's well-being. A viral moment that shook fans. In a leaked rehearsal clip that quickly spread across social media, Jungkook suddenly stopped dancing mid-practice. He walked straight toward Taehyung and appeared to speak to him seriously. Moments later, he gently tapped Taehyung's shoulder. That brief interaction went viral instantly. Fans described it as a moment full of meaning, proof of genuine friendship. The most emotional pre-comeback scene, Global Army reacts. Fans from all over the world have flooded social media with messages of support. From Asia to Europe to the Americas, the ARMY community is united in concern and love. Many are emphasizing that Taehyung's health should come before any performance. Some have even suggested postponing the comeback if necessary. Others believe Taehyung himself would insist on performing for the fans. Agency remains silent. As of now, the agency has not released any official statement regarding Taehyung's health. This silence has only fueled speculation. Is it just temporary fatigue? Or something more serious? The uncertainty continues to worry fans. Jungkook's emotions are hard to hide. Jungkook is typically known for his strength and composure. But this time, fans are noticing subtle changes. His expressions appear more serious, even slightly downcast. He's smiling, but his eyes tell a different story, one fan commented. The countdown begins. With only a few days remaining before the Arirang comeback, all eyes are now on these two global stars. Will Taehyung recover in time? Will Jungkook regain full focus? And most importantly, will they be able to deliver the powerful performance the world is expecting? A story beyond the stage. Behind the dazzling lights and grand performances lies a deeper story, one of friendship, concern, and resilience under pressure. Jungkook's anxiety is not just a fleeting emotion. It reflects a bond built over years of shared experiences. And now the world waits, not just for a spectacular comeback, but to see if both of them will truly be okay. Exclusive continuation. The night before everything changed. As the countdown to the Arirang comeback grew shorter, tension surrounding Jungkook and Taehyung only intensified. What began as subtle concern had now evolved into a quiet storm behind the scenes, one that fans could feel even from miles away. Sources revealed that just 2 nights before the final rehearsal, something unusual happened. The studio lights stayed on longer than scheduled. Staff members moved more quietly than usual. And inside the practice room, only 2 figures remained long after everyone else had left, Jungkook and Taehyung. A private conversation that no one was meant to see. According to a staff member who briefly passed by the hallway, the atmosphere inside the room was deeply emotional. Taehyung was sitting on the floor, leaning slightly against the mirror, visibly exhausted. His breathing appeared heavier than usual, and his normally bright aura seemed dimmed. Jungkook stood a few steps away, at first hesitating. Then slowly he walked closer. No cameras, no fans, no stage. Just 2 people who had shared years of memories. "You should rest," Jungkook reportedly said softly. Taehyung smiled faintly. "I'm okay," but Jungkook didn't look convinced. For a moment, silence filled the room. The kind of silence that carries unspoken words. "You don't have to push yourself like this," Jungkook added, his voice slightly firmer this time. Taehyung looked down, then back up, his eyes reflecting both determination and fatigue. "We don't have time," he replied. That single sentence was enough to break the calm. The weight of expectations. The Arirang comeback wasn't just another performance, it symbolized a new chapter, a new image, and perhaps even a new direction for BTS. And both Jungkook and Taehyung knew what was at stake. Fans had been waiting. The industry was watching. The pressure was undeniable. But in that moment, Jungkook's concern seemed to outweigh everything else. He looked frustrated, the source added. Not at Taehyung, but at the situation. A gesture that spoke louder than words. What happened next has not been officially confirmed, but several insiders share the same story. Jungkook sat down beside Taehyung. Not as a performer, not as a global star, but simply as someone who cared. He handed Taehyung a bottle of water and gently told him to take a break. Taehyung didn't refuse this time. Instead, he leaned his head back and closed his eyes, even if only for a few seconds. That brief pause felt like everything. Fans began to notice more clues. Meanwhile, fans analyzing recent footage began pointing out more subtle signs. Taehyung adjusting his posture more frequently. Jungkook glancing at him during group formations. Slight delays in synchronized movements. None of it was dramatic, but together it painted a picture that fans couldn't ignore. This isn't just tiredness, one fan speculated. Something feels off. The internet reacts again. Within hours, new theories began circulating. Was Taehyung overworking himself? Was Jungkook trying to protect him from pushing too far? Could the comeback be at risk? Despite the uncertainty, one thing was clear. Fans were deeply invested not just in the performance, but in the well-being of both artists. The final rehearsal, a critical turning point. The next day marked the final full rehearsal before the Arirang comeback. Every move mattered. Every detail had to be perfect. And this time, all members were present. At first glance, everything seemed normal. Taehyung was there. Jungkook was focused. The choreography flowed. But those watching closely noticed something else. Jungkook stayed unusually close to Taehyung throughout the rehearsal. Whenever there was a break, his eyes instinctively searched for him. Whenever Taehyung paused even briefly, Jungkook noticed. It wasn't obvious, but it was constant. A moment that nearly stopped the room. Then, during a particularly intense segment of the choreography, something happened. Taehyung slightly lost balance. It was quick, almost unnoticeable, but Jungkook saw it. He immediately broke formation. The music stopped. Everyone froze. "Are you okay?" Jungkook asked, stepping forward without hesitation. Taehyung nodded quickly, brushing it off. "I'm fine. Let's continue." But the room had already changed. The illusion of everything being fine had cracked. Silence from the agency, louder than ever. Despite growing concern, the agency continued to remain silent. No official updates, no confirmations, no denials. For fans, this silence felt heavier than any statement, because sometimes what isn't said says everything. Jungkook's inner conflict. As the comeback approached, Jungkook appeared caught between two worlds. His responsibility as a performer, his concern as a friend, and perhaps for the first time those two worlds were colliding. He wants the performance to be perfect, one insider shared. But he also doesn't want Taehyung to suffer for it. The clock is ticking. Now, with less than 48 hours remaining, anticipation has reached its peak. Will Taehyung's condition improve? Will Jungkook find peace of mind? Or will something unexpected happen at the very last moment?